Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy.
Borderline down.
Another great break at the top of the hour. You guys can only knew what we talked about. I don't think Doc's coming back. I think we
Is
might
this
be
his
done.
last visit?
He might have broken him.
Well, if it is, I'd like to say something. You have to read a commercial. Go for it. 'Cause I need to.
No, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
I was teasing Doc earlier because his answers have been vague, and he is a doctor, and so I was teasing him. But the truth is, and I think if I read it right, everybody's different. So when we were trying to get an answer, and you're like, it depends on how that person was living, or it depends what. But you're right, because everybody you see has different issues. But you're on a radio show talking in general.
Right.
So that is challenging for someone who talks in specifics. Am I right?
Very.
So I want to apologize, for teasing you for not being more specific, because it's hard for you to be without knowing all the charts and so we did blood work before you got here, the three of us, and it should be ready. Will you go out and see if it's ready out there, Nikki?
Yeah.
Well, I want to make sure I'm giving people the right information, and if I'm I say, oh well, you can use heat, and everyone runs out in heat, and you shouldn't be using heat, then that's going to be an issue.
Well, then you should say it's different for everybody, and you should consult your doctor before you do this. But we're in a general conversation. We're not in your waiting room waiting to be treated by you, right? So which you would have to give the proper information. So, in generally speaking, can you do that?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. That's what I was
would
going to
be
say, too.
huge.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We do want you to come back.
Yeah.
We love you, Ryan.
Yeah, we do.
I know you do.
You're a great guy.
It's down here.
They did this to me, too, for years.
Yeah.
But no, it just was, I was because we brought you in as the expert, and the expert, we were hoping that you would generalize and give opinions. But then I know you're protecting, because what if you gave that one person the wrong advice because you did, his cholesterol was way the heck up there, and you didn't know it, and you were telling him and he dies, right? And then you got, I was on a Golf Talk Radio, I lost a patient, right?
Ooh, that's really going to the extreme.
How many have we lost? A dozen? 11?
I lost count.
Yeah, it's 10 or 11. We're still here.
Barely.
It's on the small print, Doc. So he's afraid to say anything. It's really kind of sad.
It's because he hasn't finished his Instagram post.
Are there general...
Did you post yet?
Yeah.
No, I have not posted.
Oh, I got to help you with that. I'm sorry. I'll help you with that. Are there general things that people feel like? Let's say we get done playing a round of golf.
Yeah.
And a couple hours later, you're feeling a little sore. Are there general things that a player or golfer might feel that would require? This is ice. This is heat.
Great question, Mike.
I'm always confused by that. It's kind of like when you go to the gym and they go and you did different trainers. No, you got to do a little cardio first, then stretch, then do light weights. No, do light weights, then do the cardio.
Well, that's why Shaq does both.
I go right into heavyweights.
Shaq goes icy hot.
So anyway,
covers himself.
That's true.
He does. He covers. He's just like Doc.
He's got it perfect.
He's got him covered.
Yeah.
No one's dying on me.
Gotta be a lot
icy hot. How you use it?
So I don't recommend that.
Okay.
We'll start there.
Wow. Threw one out.
I like that.
So let's first of all, anytime you're using an analgesic like that, or using heat before you work out, heat desensitizes a nerve, right? So you want to be careful if you have any type of injury, that's soreness. Your low back bothers you before or after golf. Do not use heat. I'll just tell you that right now. Do not heat.
Is it fair to say that I sensitized your nerve?
Sometimes.
Okay, good. But that's
so
an ice
you don't
thing.
want to use the heat thing because,
Before.
like you said, you're desensitizing
it. So you're not truly aware of what's going on.
Right.
Exactly. What's going on.
Cool.
Where the body is in space.
It's like biting your tongue on Novocaine.
Yes.
Right?
Or trying to
there you go.
And you bite your tongue. You don't know you're hurting yourself.
I haven't tried that one, but yeah, it sounds right.
You haven't tried that? Well, that's Doc. You don't live dangerously enough.
I
man.
don't. I will
don't.
agree that I do not. Yes. So I would say, let's say you do know that you get stiffed after you golf, or you do have a little low back injury. I am way into like what we would call functional or dynamic stretching. So I don't think that you need to be static. You sit down on the ground, stretching out your hamstring. I would be doing more like high knees, or
did you say high knee?
High marching with your legs, or opposite elbow to opposite knee, to open up the glutes and some of the adductors, and then also do some twisting exercises, gentle twisting exercises before you started to work out. And then after the golf game, that's when I would for sure ice. If you have any questions about it, usually you're going to err on the side of icing. Now, if you know you have a history of a disc issue, assuming it's not a herniation where you're having something like sciatica, but like my disc always kind of irritates, or if it's still swollen down there, and it's a chronic thing, I always recommend doing a contrast. So after you've done your golf game, I would recommend in the evenings doing ice for 10 minutes, heat for 10 minutes, ice for 10 minutes. Ooh. So if you have a chronic low back issue, typically it's the disc. We know that chronic low back pain is discogenic, and so we need to help heal up the disc. And if you just ice, you're not getting good blood flow to it. If you're just heating, you're bringing quote unquote too much blood flow to it. So what I recommend is doing a contrast. So 10 minutes of ice, 10 minutes of heat, 10 minutes of ice. You're bringing the new blood in the low back.
That's really cool.
Discogenic. Back in the early 81, I went to a place called Discogenic.
Did you?
So after
we
I
should
play
twist
golf
again like we did last summer.
Tired and sore, what I want to do,
ice and heat.
I go home and I get in a hot bath. And is that really bad?
Oh.
Okay, so
it is for sperm count.
Yeah.
So that's something I don't have to worry about.
Well, that's true. I just
Thank you.
throwing that out there
that's
for
balls out.
For listeners, it's very you don't want to be hanging out in your hot tub for a long time. But go on, Doc. You're up.
So, if you had a low back, your back's always stiff or sore, I would not recommend that. So if
why?
Because it's too much blood to the area and it just swells.
It's desensitizing the nerve.
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's a chronic issue there and it needs to be taken care of, and the body's already dealing with it, and then you're bringing more blood flow to that area, and it just irritates it. Now there is, you've probably heard of this, kind of comes up every 5-6 years or so, that there's this idea that you shouldn't ice, you should just heat everything because the body's bringing blood flow to the area, and that's how the body naturally heals itself. And I think that's a very sticky thing to do. I wouldn't do that unless you've talked to a professional.
Say that again. Wouldn't do what?
Well, so some people will say, well, like you roll your ankle, right?
Right.
So it swells up, and then there's some people out there say, well, you should put heat on it now because the body brings the blood there to create that inflammation.
Right. I've heard that before.
Right.
Not from you.
Yeah.
Other people. Before
yeah.
Went
And
to.
That comes up every 5 to 7 years. That there's one study that comes out that suggests that. I like the principle. Yeah, the body's self-healing, self-regulating, and it's trying to heal itself. Why would you want to put ice on it to hinder the body healing itself? But it's just not how it works. And that's where I say, if you have an injury, usually you're going to ice. If you're not sure, you need to ask, but you could still err on the side of being cautious with ice. If you have a chronic thing that's kind of always around, then I usually go to a contrast.
Why the heat ice? Well, then it neutralizes it and break even?
Yeah. No, so that was a good question. Is because there's damage there, the body is trying to heal itself.
He throws in the blood.
Yeah.
And then the ice.
It's flushing it. New blood.
Yes,
out,
exactly.
Out,
we call it vasodilation and vasoconstriction to get the new blood in and get the old blood out and just move things through there. So
it's exercising your veins. Is what it is.
Thanks, Nikki. And
that's interesting.
Going back to Nikki's hot tub thing.
Yeah.
If it relaxes her or takes stress away, back to the more of the soul and the mood of the stress, isn't that beneficial? She's had a tough day, she's sore, I just want to kick back, get a little vino. I don't know if you drink wine or not. But let's say you're just sitting back at an iced tea and you're in this hot tub. Is there some benefit to that? Physically?
Well, you're talking about physically. Okay, physically. So good question. So physically, I would say no.
Okay.
If we're just focused on the low back. If she's saying, hey, my back's sore and stiff, I get in there, it feels good. Absolutely, it feels good. You're getting blood flow in there. You're desensitizing the nerve. But you're also, the likelihood, assuming there's a back injury. Again, I'm not talking about the person who doesn't have a back issue, just gone out. It does feel good. It's really relaxing. And you're not going to have to worry about it. But if you have a back issue, I would, even if you got in the hot tub, after you got in the hot tub, I would encourage you to ice at least 15 to 20 minutes.
So you jump out in the snow.
Yeah, really.
And one thing that people like, the bag of peas, right? People love, I'll just get a bag of peas. That still happens.
What type of pea?
Yeah, exactly. Chickpeas.
Chickpeas. The bigger pea. He goes with the size of the pea.
I like that.
But what you want to do when you're icing is you want to stick, I always say right around 20 minutes because there's something called the writing reflex. So if you ice for too long, the body thinks it's going into
writing with the R? Writing?
With a W, actually.
W, okay.
Yeah. And what it will do is the body will think it's going to go into hypothermic state,
Ooh.
and so it will shunt more blood there. So it's defeating the purpose.
And
so
your
you're going to
nose
want to
gets
put
black.
a wet paper towel over the skin, and then you want to put an ice pack or a bag of ice
Or
on top
chickpeas.
of that. No bag of
frozen
peas.
no peas.
They don't stay cold long enough.
Oh.
Yeah. And so then that way it should be uncomfortable. So when everyone says, "Oh, I don't mind icing; it doesn't bother me," you're not doing it right.
It's like CPR.
It should be uncomfortable right about the
you're
time.
You're not cracking ribs. You're not pushing hard.
Right, right about
Right?
the time.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Right about the time it's uncomfortable, then it's got numbed, and then then you take the ice off.
Dr. Ryan, everybody. See, here you are.
Awesome,
I
dude.
knew you were coming back, baby. I knew
So
you'd be here.
the old thing of like, hey, we had a good workout. I played golf or I went running today, and I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go jump in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
See,
I love to do that.
There's
if you
gotta
have
be
an
a spiritual thing to it. I mean, right? It helps.
Oh yeah,
There has to be a benefit
but
to that.
sometimes those
But
things,
not physically.
like those have been connected together.
Jump
as
in a
though
tub
it's
of ice.
health
Yeah.
thing.
That's
Right.
always fun.
I'm not saying it's not healthy, maybe mentally and
Yeah.
getting you to relax, but from a body's perspective and
Right.
repairing
Doesn't
itself,
help.
it
Right.
doesn't.
Well, again, I'm talking about the
Chronic.
person that's got some like chronic injury.
Yeah.
I
Right.
wouldn't do it. If you don't have
I don't have a chronic injury.
if everything's feeling fine and you want to jump in there,
Yeah.
more power to you. I don't have a problem
If
with
you've
that.
been running a jackhammer all day
Yeah.
and you're not hurt, but you're just really sore, and you get in that hot tub,
I think that would be okay. Well, if you're really sore running a jackhammer, it's probably too much, and you probably should be icing. I'm talking about someone is in really decent shape,
like me.
and is just exercise. Yes,
Yeah.
and is exercising, and they want to get in the hot tub. That's fine. But if you have a chronic low back issue, I would not use the hot tub as therapy after.
I'm out of
after
that.
golf.
My
So
goal.
I guess I have to tell Rick that there's no hot tub for him anymore.
I sold mine. I had one. Psst, sold it.
Wow.
Well, actually, didn't
I
sell
was
it. We
just
left
thinking
it. We
about
left it
getting
at the
one.
house we sold.
You guys can ice after you're in it. Enjoy the hot
Oh,
tub.
yeah.
Enjoy
So
the drink, and
so
then
let me
ice
tell-
Then
afterwards.
ruin the feeling. Oh, I'm so comfortable.
Let's flip it the
Let's
other
just
way.
throw some ice on
Yeah.
me.
Let's have an ice
let's-
bath.
so
You know,
flip it the other way.
My goal is to make you crack up 6 times a show.
Yeah, I know.
Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, I
and I'm
know.
at 4 right now.
I know you are. You're doing a good job.
I know.
man.
That's my goal. And so
We
it's
still
like,
got-
I'll
we
share
still got
that
about
with you
40
on
minutes
air right
left.
now.
I figure I've got one laugh.
I'll hit part
I got
a day.
one laugh every 20
I could
minutes.
go under.
I'll hit part.
I will easy.
There was one line you said that I'm like, I'll say it later. But what about because this is, I know a lot of friends of mine are doing this now, and I've actually thought about doing this, but I just can't pull the trigger. Like, they'll run a bath that's cold water, load it with ice. And they actually sit in the tub
I know.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But they swear by it. They swear that
they
it's like
swear
the
when they're in it.
best. Yeah, well, that too. They swear that it's the best thing because they feel so good.
Is that true, Doc?
Yeah.
And again, I'm being general.
Generally
here.
Yeah.
It's not-
speaking.
and
I
people
wouldn't- I don't
listening
have to look
are
at their
being-
blood work
yeah,
first
we're
before
being
we get-
general people, listeners,
Yeah.
for being general.
I
here.
think. I mean, I don't.
Yes.
I don't have a problem. I wonder what their goal is with it. But
give
I
you-
don't think it. I don't think it hurts you to do it.
I know what the goal.
They
It's,
saw
you know,
a
it's,
TV
it's a
show.
copycat thing.
Yeah,
it's
they saw
what they
some-
think it's what the pros do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about the cryogenic?
Right.
There's the
They're seeing someone do it.
they actually have them around here where you can go into the cold.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Cold therapy is great. There's no question because most
People
of us
swear
are
by it. I've
inflamed.
never
Yeah.
done it, but I'd love to do it.
Yeah, you definitely get. You
I
know
used
what?
to go
You
to
know,
Uncle
make
Dad's
it.
house for cold therapy.
You want to do cold therapy? What I would recommend doing it is great for the immune system and dealing with inflammation.
Yeah.
Take your shower. At the end of the shower, turn it all the way to cold and stand under it for 30 seconds.
I can
That's
do that.
done
For
that.
about, I can do that
I've
for
done
about
that.
10,
Yeah, that's hydrotherapy. They've been doing it forever.
10 minutes?
30
No,
seconds.
30
30
seconds.
I can
Yeah.
last 10
I
seconds.
could do that.
Yeah, you.
I've taken many a
I
cold
would
shower.
challenge you guys to try it,
I like cold- yeah,
and do it every day for a week, and it definitely wake you up. But you'll it's
Billy's in the house and Josie's at the front of the house. Ah!
I could do.
Billy, you okay?
How many 30 seconds cold shower? I could do that.
Cold.
It
As
probably
cold
feels,
as you-
it feels good after the hot
you turn it
shower.
all the way
I've
down
always done
cold,
that.
as cold as, and for about 30 seconds, and that'll wake you up.
You heard that first right here. For you guys to go into shock, it's Dr. McGaughey's health group.
For you guys going to the shop.
Do we need? Are we good?
Yeah. We could take our first break.
Because we'll talk about preventing injuries. I have some bullets, and you can confirm or not.
That was awesome.
Yeah, very well
Yeah.
done, Doc.
Really
thank
cool,
you.
man. Really cool.
You're
So-
probably exhausted. You sore?
No, but I'm warm again.
All right, good.
I know it kind of ebbs and flows.
You see the blood
I've been
back
in that
your face.
seat over there, and it does ebb and flow.
It ebbs and flows.
It's
All right.
much cooler over here.
Thank you to Paso Robles Golf Club for partnering with Golf Talk Radio. PasoRoblesGolfClub.com. Give them a call for tee times. The music lineup on Wednesday nights live on the veranda. 805-238-4722. Also call them and ask about the Play Paso card, unlimited golf for a year. 805-238-4722. We'll be right back with Dr. Ryan McGaughey from HealthySlowCounty.com, McGaughey Health Group, 805-461-8822. Stay with us.